before our monthly meetings. Our rules prohibit members of the public from questioning legislators and prohibit us from questioning you. This is your time to speak and our time to listen. In accordance with our rules of order, speakers will be allowed 3 minutes each. I ask everyone to please silence their cell phones. Clerk, please call the roll.
Bastin. Here. Bergdorf. Here. Clay. Cleary. Here. Collins. Here. Camiso. Here. Conway. Here. Cunningham.
Here.
Demolowitz. Here. Drake. Efacoro. Here. Ethier. Here. Feeney. Here. Fine. Here. Grimm. Here. Andrew Joyce. Here. Ray Joyce. Here. Kuhn. Here. LaRilliard. Here. Lakakis. Here. Lockhart. Here. Mariello. Here. Mayo. Here. McLaughlin. Here. McLean Lane. Here. Miller. Present. Petto. Purley. Here. Pulaski. Here. Reedy. Here. Reinhardt. Here. Ricard. Here. Robinson. Here. Rosano. Here. Simpson. Here. Smith. Here. Whalen. Here. Willingham. Present. I have 35 present.
Clerk, please read the name of the first speaker.
Mike McGlynn.
Hello. Thank you for permitting me to speak about global warming and government human resource policies. There are government reports that indicate global warming and extreme temperature events adversely affect the public health and safety of our vulnerable neighbors. According to the New York State Office of Mental Health website, local service plans serve as a guidebook for local and state agencies to determine where needs are not being met and how to better serve our neighbors. The 2024-2027 Albany County Department of Mental Health Local Services Plan has identified a goal to strengthen the workforce throughout the Albany County Behavioral Health Service System with an objective to form partnerships with local colleges and universities advancing specialized internship programs. There are at least 5 state government internship programs with paid and unpaid opportunities with degree course credit managed by SUNY, the Education Department, the Labor Department, and the Department of Civil Service. The Community Service Board's advice to the county legislature can define essential behavioral health service positions for internships, enhance participation of youth in government human resource policies, and provide baseline needs to our representatives in the state legislature. In addition, the board's identification of service treatment facilities and multifamily congregate housing as sites in need of protection during utility blackouts will assist the County Office of Emergency Services with delivery of public health and safety services. Additional protection measures include reduction of our dependence on fossil fuel electric generators emitting toxic greenhouse gases at the EMS sites during blackouts with the substitution of renewable energy resources as backup energy power. Do you think it is practical for an intermunicipal agreement by the County Office of Emergency Services with the Green Island Power Authority to submit a NYSERDA application for the Grid Resilience State and Tribal Formula Grant Implementation Fund before the February 2025 due date. The purchase of portable battery storage units to be charged using using Green Island Power Authority energy resources for distribution to identified EMS sites is an eligible project. I read, "You shall love your neighbor as yourself. Therefore, will you improve human resource policies for persons with disabilities, especially children?" Happy holidays. Thank you.
Carol Waterman.
We have to do more to stop drug dealers from killing people in Albany County. Now, when I say drug dealers, let's not picture somebody with a hoodie lurking around alleys, okay? I want you to picture men in very expensive suits. The drug that they are dealing is nicotine. And nicotine is a very addictive drug, more addictive than all the illegal drugs. It's more addictive, it's easier to start, and harder to quit. Big tobacco has been legally murdering 500,000 people every year. You know, it's time we said enough is enough. Now, they have been murdering way more than all other addictive and also illegal drugs. Now, every year, this being no exception, Albany County gets over $3 million from tobacco settlement money, dating back to 1998, okay? And we get it every year in perpetuity. Now, we could be spending a lot of that, as much as we want actually, on prevention, but we're not. So what is all that money going for? It's going for Medicaid. Now, here's the thing. Medicaid pays to treat people after they're already sick, after they're already dying. We want people not to get sick, not to die. So, we need to prevent them from getting sick in the first place. So, you know, we don't want them to be murdered by those serial killers in the big tobacco, I call them a cartel, okay? In any event, we need to do something. Now, there is research supporting what I'm going to say to you now. For every dollar that is spent on prevention, it saves $7 in health care costs. Now, for many years,
15 seconds.
I have been arguing that prevention here is a public health issue and it is a moral issue. It's also a financial issue, clearly, okay? And it's also a taxpayer issue. You have the power to do something about this. Do it.
Susan Cotner.
I'm Susan Kotner with the Albany Community Land Trust and the Affordable Housing Partnership, and I'm here to make a comment on the 2025 budget proposal for next year. Very, very excited to see that funding has been allocated for a housing trust fund. We really think it's wonderful that the county is stepping up to address the affordable housing crisis that we have going on throughout the county. This is not just a City of Albany issue. Every community is impacted in the county. I will mention that, $400,000 is a wonderful foot in the door. We could definitely use 5 times that amount, and importantly, have that money coming in to focus in on affordable housing development, rehab, in perpetuity. We're looking for a continuous funding source, and that's something that we're hoping to have as part of this program. A lot of great agencies and communities who are looking to invest that money wisely and help keep Albany County affordable for residents. So thank you.
Thank you.
There are no more speakers.
Is there anyone else in the chamber who wishes to speak? Come on up.
Hello, Kenyon Ryan, Executive Director, United Tenants of Albany. I'm here to second what Ms. Kotner said about the Housing Trust Fund. We think it's a really exciting opportunity for Albany County low-income homeowners and renters that want to become homeowners to get the opportunity to own. Assets are a huge part of the wealth disparity in the United States, and especially in Albany. The City of Albany has the second largest housing ownership disparity between white and black residents, and I'm sure that that's replicated across the county. And Albany County always tends to be leading in terms of the conditions of housing and the way that we have systematized supporting low-income renters, and often renters do become homeowners once they get the opportunity, and this is really one of the main pathways that we think that could be achieved. So we just wanted to voice our support for the Housing Trust Fund and establishing a mechanism to ensure that funding continues beyond this first allocation. And we think that it could be a little bit higher, certainly in support of a little bit more money for the Housing Trust Fund, because it's a really commendable option, and it needs to be something that continues to generate opportunity for City of Albany, City of Cohoes, City of Waterville, and Albany County residents altogether. I would also just like to support, or at least voice my support for more funding, maybe for a homeless study to assess the homelessness crisis. There's this guy on Instagram who owns some liquor store or something who's been really bringing a lot of attention to the homelessness crisis, and not in a way that we think is really aligned with human-centered issues. So if there's opportunity in the future to allocate some money for a homeless study to specifically address the gaps in services, United Tenants of Albany provides rental assistance to tenants who are at risk of homelessness. We don't want homeless residents. We want folks that are safe in their homes, whether that's through a safe rental or an affordable home. So thank you so much, and really excited about this opportunity.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the chamber who wishes to speak? The public forum is now closed. Before we call tonight's meeting to order, we have a post-public forum law committee meeting that will take place in the back room.
How you doing? Good, how are you?
I'm guarded.
Oh, you can have that on before that. I know, right? Two different separate
Oh, yeah, they share their phone.
I would.
Hey, I didn't know about caucus. What, I mean, our communication system.
They're all going to albanycounty.com.
Oh, they're all going to your.
Oh, I didn't know. Thanksgiving.
Law. Here's the chair.